So I extended my stay by 1 day. Today is Tuesday, back to work day, and the weather, just like they say in May, the Colorado weather can be unpredictable. You know, I was checking out the weather channel, and sure enough, there's a bunch of like twisters and stuff like that east of us, right? Like Texas, but here it's like the west side of that mass, and they're saying we might have some rain. And so yeah, I don't have my fancy Chrysler Voyager anymore. I really enjoyed that car, you know. And I did 120 miles in 2 days, believe it or not, because the distances here are quite impressive. So I did 120 miles, but never pushed gas into the floor like I do on my Charger V8. And on this one, then I went, of course, to fill up the tank, and I think I put in like, I don't know, 3 gallons or something, you know. So I'm guessing, yeah, it probably has a 4-cylinder engine. I didn't even check, but somebody was saying that you cannot buy this Voyager. It's only for rental fleets, but yeah, it was a pretty nice car. I really enjoyed those sliding doors, you know, sliding doors in the back there. You just push the button and it's all electric, you know, pretty cool. And so I wanted to extend my rental for 1 more day, but I decided, you know, kind of like on the spur of the moment, and I was just passing that new car rental place, and I decided to stop and, you know, maybe do it in person. But there was like 20 people in the lineup, and I asked the clerk there, I said, do I have to stand in the same line if I just want to extend, you know, my car rental? He says, yeah. So I didn't feel like doing that, because I wanted to go to maybe another park, you know, drive to another park with my 500mm lens and do some more photography. But yeah, yesterday I just went for this big circle. It's probably, I don't know, 20 miles near the airport. That's where I found a couple of prairie dogs and a big rabbit or hare, I don't know, but it was pretty cool. I really enjoyed it. And on the way back, yeah, I stopped there, and the guy says, yeah, you have to join the lineup. I said, no, I'm not doing that. So he says, try calling the customer service and see if they can help you. So I called, and they put me on hold, and they said expected hold time is 20 minutes. So I went back and I gave him the car, and I was like 15 minutes late, but so far I didn't see any charges. So I had it for 2 days. It cost me all in all about $115 US, plus that little bit of fuel, and parking was free. Oh, and another thing I wanted to do was I thought maybe I should drive downtown. It looks like, you know, downtown Denver is pretty cool. I wanted just to go on a walking tour or something, but it's always an issue, you know, where to park the car in the downtown, you know, of a big city. And it was pretty far, so I didn't go. And then actually another reason I wanted to keep the car for 1 more day. Today is the first day when finally the Top Gun 2 Maverick movie is coming out. Like today is the the first early day you can see it in the States. And I think it's like 7 o'clock all over Denver here. So I don't know if they even have tickets, but the nearest movie theater is about 10 miles away. So I can take an Uber if I manage to get a ticket. Or, which I really don't want to do, is I can disconnect my trailer and take the truck. But the thing is, over here, all this area, they have signs. Like, it's hard to see on this camera, but there's like every 10 feet there's a sign that says No long-term parking, no parking unless you have some ticket or something. But this hotel, you know, it's kind of like got worse, and so it used to be a Best Western, and then like it's getting, I can see like they don't do the maintenance, you know, the elevator was out, my phone is not working. Like I don't think I ever been in a hotel where this the phone, I tried the wire, you know, because I wanted to call downstairs for something. The TV is like from the 90s, you know, 36-inch screen, and it's satellite, and a bunch of channels are not available, and it takes like, I don't know, 5 seconds to change between channels. It's super slow. I really don't like satellite because of that. And I was trying to open the window, so I did that. I bent that frame in there, and there were some bugs flying around at night here. At least the AC is with a climate control, right, where you can just set the temperature. But I usually keep it off during the day. It's not hot. But yeah, so the streets over there, everybody parks, and there's another road there, and there's another road behind me, and there's no signs, and there's pretty wide special lane for parking, you know. It looks like they did it on purpose because there's so many hotels. And actually, like now, okay, there's 2 spots here, right? But normally when I had the car, I had to drive behind the hotel, and it was difficult to find parking, you know. And so my truck is parked over there. It's free. Nobody bothered me for the past 3 days. And so now I extended my stay by 1 more day. So I'm thinking after this, if I don't find a load today I started looking for a load, like seriously. If I don't find a load, I'll just stay in my truck, because there's a 7-Eleven over there, a pretty good supply of snacks and food, and there's a cool breakfast restaurant. I went there this morning, and I said, don't be surprised, I'm trying this new diet. I said, can I just have 5 poached eggs? And she looks at me and she says, anything else? I said, no, I just want eggs, nothing else. And she says, okay. But didn't seem very surprised, and so she brought me a small bowl with 5 poached eggs. And I finished them in like 5 minutes. It was $6.30, but I felt pretty full, you know, for a breakfast. Yeah, I want to try again this diet, you know, where you only eat protein, eggs, meat, fish, stuff like that. Otherwise my waistline is getting out of control. And last but not least, I wanted to thank Gerald Heitman, who left a note, left a comment on my channel about kirkphoto.com, or Kirk Enterprise Solutions, because they make a replacement foot. And I just received it this half an hour ago. That's why I went to my truck to get the lens. And so if you saw that video where I was doing a review, like a lot of people complain about this on this lens, is that this tripod collar is not one single piece. This thing is actually removable. So if this is open, to remove it, all I have to do is just push that clip in there, and this whole thing removes. And what's the problem is that when you're holding it, so basically that's the thing over here, you know. And so a lot of people found Hello, Sergei. Been getting calls all day today because I posted my truck, you know, is available. And so what many people found is that, you know, if they don't if they don't tighten this, see, like I just tightened this. This is tight, well, a little, just slightly tight. But when you're holding it, what you don't realize is that your finger will push into that, you know, lever, and so you need to really tighten this as, you know, as crazy, otherwise it just takes off, you know. And so this is the foot for the collar, and Mr. Heitman was kind enough to suggest this replacement foot that's made by Kirk Enterprise Solutions. And so I ordered it on Saturday, and the foot was $100, but I paid them pretty much the same for delivery to my hotel. I wanted to grab the knife, but I forgot. And also this morning I went for a walk with my hiking poles. From here it's 900 meters. What is it, like 3/4 of a mile? Just slightly over half a mile. And I use my hiking poles, but fully extended, of course. Those are, you know, they're shortened for easier storage. And so I hiked to Starbucks, had some decaf Americano. So now let's see how this this looks much more serious. There's instructions here, QD socket care and use. See, Kirk Enterprise Solutions. So they build this. There's some kind of an optional screw kit. Okay. But this is so huge. So basically it's the same principle, but this is metal, right? Where over here it's plastic. And this is much longer, so it's easier to carry. And then you just keep your finger away, right? You see, because it's highly visible. But how do I attach it to the tripod? That's what I want to know. Because this seems to be larger than normal. Because see, normal is this, the opening for a tripod. I'll check out the instructions. So this was attaching like this. Okay. So this should be attaching the same way. Oh wow, check this out. It's much bigger. And then you tighten this. Yeah, I like it. Very nice. Just have to find it. I think I have that bigger, there's a bigger screw on my tripod. There's like a separate one that you can put in here. So that's what you get for $100. Like why like this lens is 4,200 Canadian. Why did Nikon do such a bad job with this? So there you go. So yeah, this is a good product. And of course, you see this, the difference is this is Arca Swiss compatible. So this can go into another plate. So very easy to attach. You know, to try. Oh, actually, yeah, that's why. That's why you don't need this, because you install this into Arca Swiss plate that is attached to your tripod. So pretty cool. So that's my new replacement foot. So thanks again to Gerald. And these guys didn't pay me for saying this. I just, you know, the guy was happy with the product, and so I decided to give him a shout out. kirkphoto.com, Kirk Enterprise Solutions. They make you know, various high-tech items for different lenses and cameras. So check them out. So anyway, so back to the drawing board, back to my computer. I'll be checking the load situation. Talk to a few guys. Everything is too far, you know. A bunch of guys have loads in Georgia. There's a couple of loads in Texas, but it's like 2 days driving for me, you know. One guy just called me. He says he needs to move a hammer from a pile rig, you know, pile driver, from New Jersey to New Brunswick, and he wants to do it tomorrow. And I said, yeah, I'll be happy to do it, but I'm in Denver, Colorado. I'm probably like 3 days away from you. So we'll see what pops up. Like I always say, Wednesday is usually the best day. So maybe something will happen tomorrow. But I'll be working the board, you know, today. And then the plan for lunch is just to go grab a steak or a piece of fish with nothing else, and then see if I can order tickets for Top Gun 2 Maverick. Thanks for watching.